Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Some Brothers podcast, where us brothers talk about books, movies, music, and more. I'm Dillon, here with my brother Ryan. Ryan, do you have any interesting stories to tell from life? Anyone barf on anyone else's shoes in the past month?
No, I have nothing. I have nothing to talk about. I have no news. I have no recommendations. I've just been, similar from last time where I said we just got back from the honeymoon. It's like that's what's been happening in my life. It's like it was wedding to honeymoon to Thanksgiving to Christmas. And it's just been thing after thing after thing. And I haven't done a whole lot of new things that I want to recommend. So I have no news and I have nothing to recommend. So do you have anything to recommend? After we get through the recommendations, I have my latest comic rankings. That's something.
Okay. There's a thing. And we have a big main event planned. So I'll give a few quick recommendations. No reading recommendation. Also been busy with the time of year, like you said, but watching recommendation, I wanted to recommend the new Frankenstein movie, the newest Guillermo del Toro version. You haven't watched it yet, have you?
I have not. I haven't. I've almost actually seen nothing, about it. I didn't even know it was coming. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, yeah. It kind of did seem to fly under the radar a little bit. But I liked it a lot. I liked it. I feel like it's kind of are on par with the book in a way, like a worthy adaptation of it. Because I liked the book overall, and I feel like the movie captures the heart of the book. I like Guillermo del Toro as a director. I liked his version of Pinocchio. That was like the claymation one, and it was kind of like a little bit dark because it had to do with the war happening in Italy. Interesting. And so he's a great director for Frankenstein because he's kind of like a dark horror kind of director. Oscar Isaac plays Victor Frankenstein, and then Jacob Elordi plays the creature. He's an actor I had never seen in anything, but just wanted to give him a shout out. He does a good job as the creature.
It sounds like that's. I think we talked about this before a little bit. That it sounds like that's a good pairing of a couple classic horror novels that we read together in one collection. Frankenstein and Dracula. Because and that's one that you I think haven't seen yet either. But I watched Nosferatu, and I thought the same kind of thing about it versus the book is like it really captured like the feeling of the book, whereas it's not maybe the exact same story, but it takes some things directly and it was really good. So it sounds like this is that too. So I should probably check that out. And
I still
vice
need to.
Versa, and
I still need to get around to that.
That's probably a good double header movie night for somebody who's
absolutely. If you want to do like a good horror movie night, especially kind of old school literature, gothic type vibes. Definitely recommend that.
And so then to finish out that trio that was in that collection that we listed, they need to do a new updated good version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
That would be cool to see a new movie of that. That would be awesome. And we talk about Recast. It just popped into my head. I would like to see Jim Carrey do it. Just a thought.
Oh, because he could be both.
Yeah, it popped into my head because, he's really can transform himself. Mostly because of Me, Myself, and Irene. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't, but I know the idea.
Yeah, that's like the idea. It's kind of like a Dr. and Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but as a comedy where he
has multiple personalities, right?
Yeah, he kind of he doesn't at the beginning, but then he kind of goes crazy or gets a head injury, and then because he's such a nice guy, but then people push him to the limit where you see him transform into a different character, and then he's like a crazy guy. So that would be funny. I did want to give an album recommendation. I listened to the newest album by an Australian band called the Smith Street Band. Their newest album is called Once I Was Wild. And it's just one of my favorite newest album releases that I've listened to in a while. They're like a rock band, and I really liked their 2017 album. It's called More Scared of You Than You Are of Me.
Okay.
Long title,
Yeah.
but that one is like one of my favorite albums. I loved that album when it came out, listened to it a lot. And so I've kept up with them, but like I hadn't liked some of their other albums between these two as much. But I always give a new album of theirs a listen. So this one came out and I've been loving it so far. So I recommend that album and that band in general.
Nice.
And the last thing I wanted to recommend before we get into your comic things is you've started recommending some video games.
Yeah.
And I have another one. I usually, I'm not a huge gamer other than, every once in a while in kind of a nostalgic way.
Yeah.
But I was recently visited my in-law family. I mentioned last time we were playing Super Nintendo, Super Mario, but they also showed me the game God of War, a newer one. Have you played that game before?
Well, I haven't played any of them, but it was a game from the PlayStation 2 era, I think.
Yeah.
The original one, but they've had some newer ones.
Yeah, I had never played it, but we started playing God of War for PlayStation, and I was getting into it. I mean, it's really easy to get into. It incorporates a lot of Greek mythology, so it's like the Greek gods are in it, but then you're this guy, I think his name was Kratos.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's kind of like fighting against the gods in a way because they like trick him. But it's a really fun like adventure game where it kind of like there's cutscenes of big fights going on, but then you start playing and you control and it goes to other fight scenes and really easy to get into, but fun adventure fighting game and like getting different weapons, upgrading your stats, and would also be a cool movie. I don't think they've made a movie of it, but I would watch it if they did.
Yeah, that's actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they do because we're kind of in an era of making video game movies. I feel like it's mostly the successful ones are the, I was going to say starting to be, but like, what else have they done other than, they just did Minecraft. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But Mario, they're making a Legend of Zelda movie. They're making a second Mario movie. So that kind of format, the animated format, really is going to take off. But God of War could be that. That could be one they've done. It's not like they haven't tried it with other ones. They did an Assassin's Creed movie,
they did. I watched one recently. There's a movie, Monster Hunter, I think is what it's called. And it's based on a video game. I'd never played the video game. But I watched the movie because it has Mila Jovovich, who's in Resident Evil, another video game adaptation.
Right.
And Tony Jaa, who's a Thai martial arts actor who I like. So my wife and I watched that movie, and I didn't know it was based on a video game, but kind of like God of War, it's like fighting some giant monsters and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't played that game. I just know it's about like fighting big monsters and like you ride monsters and stuff in it and stuff. I don't know. Yeah,
it's the movie was like it's like a different dimension or something. Like Mila Jovovich is like in the U.S. military, but then she accidentally gets sucked into this other dimension where there's giant monsters. And Tony Jaa is there, and he like speaks whatever alien language. Like they don't even speak the same language, but they have to fight monsters together. Kind of interesting. So those were my recommendations for this one. You want to get into your comic rankings?
Let's get into that. Let's see. The last time that we did this was several months ago at this point. And when I did it last time, I was at May of 1971. I've now almost made it 2 years. I'm in like April of 1973 in the comics. And so since then, what has happened? So at that time, the list of them, starting from number 1, was Spider-Man, Captain America, Daredevil, Iron Man, Hulk, and then Black Widow. And since then, Black Widow has dropped off of her run in Amazing Adventures. And we have 4 new entrants of series into this list. So it's a good list now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 long.
Wow.
But it's about to be 8 because the number 9 on this list is the series that took over from Black Widow in Amazing Adventures at the time, right after Black Widow, Beast.
Oh,
so if you remember, X-Men
Beast?
is in this hiatus period. Like they stopped in like 1971 or something, or 1970 maybe even, and they don't start up again until 1975, I think. So I had searched to see if like are they in other comics in between that period, and a couple of them are. There was like a couple issues with like Angel in them there was like Angel and Kazar. Just like kind of nothing that was a series, but Beast got his own like Amazing Adventures starring Beast, and it was the whole thing. This covers when he becomes the hairy version of Beast, right? Because he wasn't that in X-Men, but that whole first run of X-Men up to hiatus, he's not all hairy and everything. And then so this series here is when he does that experiment and it becomes all furry, but he's gray at first. I feel like this is almost similar to the Hulk starting as gray, right? Hulk started as gray, and then the whole story I always heard about Hulk is they made him green because the gray color was hard to keep consistent. Like
sometimes it's darker, sometimes it's
light. And so they're just like, let's just do green, and then it kind of doesn't matter. Like if it's consistent green, I guess maybe is what they were thinking. I don't know, because it's like he could be different greens, and you're like, I don't care, he's green. You know,
I guess so.
I don't know. I don't know why it would be more or less consistent to do green than gray, but I don't know. Printing in the 60s. But Beast is gray, but in the same way, it's like nothing is kind of stated, but he's just kind of slowly drawn as more blue. But he's drawn as blue, but they don't say anything about it, except that there's one issue where they refer to him as being black, which makes him seem like, they're doing that old comic book thing where the highlights on black hair is like blue color, just to so it doesn't look like they have gray hair. Right?
It's kind of like also if you want the whole room to be black, obviously you can't draw it black, so it has to look like a dark blue.
Exactly. And so they're drawing him as blue, and they refer to him as black, but like I was waiting for them to call him blue at some point, because he's clearly like, now everybody knows Beast is blue. Yeah. But by the end of, I just finished it, like his run in this comic in Amazing Adventures just finished in the previous month's issue, and they didn't say anything about it. So like when he's back in X-Men at some point again, I want to see if they call him blue, because the most recent they called him black, but he's drawn as mostly blue, and I just don't know what's going on. It was just like a funny thing. That
makes me think Nightcrawler is supposed to be black too, maybe originally.
Oh, interesting. Maybe. Well, I'll have to see if they refer to him as a specific color when we get to that point. But yeah, this is at the bottom of the rankings to me, because it's just, Beast has never been my favorite character. It just doesn't seem like there's he's not an interesting character in this either. I think part of it is like he's in this other comic series that is used for multiple different heroes at different times. It keeps switching. It's not a main series. He doesn't have his own series that is only for him. Even though during this year he occupies this space, but it's kind of like this experimental thing where they see, does this character catch on? I think they probably just don't have as many resources to put into the writing of it and all that kind of stuff. It just, so it doesn't, the stories are like cheesy, and they just seem like they're crafted quickly, and so it just wasn't really that interesting. And then so we go up to number 8 is another new addition, and that's Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to read some Ghost Rider because that always seemed like a cool character to me. Now this is in it's not his own series yet. It's Marvel Spotlight is what he's in, and this is. I can see how this could grab me at some point, because their stories are a little darker in general. It just seems like we're coming out of the 60s where everything's lighthearted and more jokey. It's like these are stories that involve Satan, and stuff like that. Yeah. And it struggles a little early on. Like a lot of these ones that struggle, same as Beast and everything, it's like in a series that's not named after them. It's like Marvel Spotlight featuring Ghost Rider. They like they're trying to find the character's identity.
Yeah.
You know, what makes that character unique? What is a Ghost Rider story as opposed to just a general story that has Ghost Rider in it? And so it's kind of like that's where it's at still. I feel like it starts to get it a little bit when he has a story where he actually fights in hell, but it's very brief. But anyway, it seemed kind of interesting. And then we go up again to number 7 on here. It's another new series, Marvel Team Up.
Okay.
Classic. I wanted to read the Marvel Team Ups because it's basically another avenue to get Spider-Man in there, right? It's almost every issue. I mean, every issue that I've read so far of it now that it has had Spider-Man in it. Like it's Spider-Man and somebody else.
Yeah.
Always, because that's like seems like that's what it is. Spider-Man is so popular at this time that they're just like, let's get him into something else. Eventually, there are other series, you know, Spectacular Spider-Man and stuff like that are just like his second. He has 2 standalone series by himself going. But Team Up is the first way to do that, which it was kind of fun at the beginning. It's like I like getting more Spider-Man, but the thing that I like about the series is like when you have a series by itself, you can have these through storylines that have bigger stakes and they're more dramatic, and I like that. But when you have Team Up, it's just like, oh, somebody else comes here and they fight a bad guy, and somebody else comes in and they fight a bad guy, and that's all it is. It's like that's what it's for, and it's like people maybe want to see that, but I'm less interested in it. That's why it's sort of at the bottom, but it has Spider-Man in it. That's why it beats out a couple of these other ones. You know. And so then number 6, we start to get into some of the ones that were on here before. Iron Man. Iron Man kind of falls down again. There's a period in between when I get my last update and now where the comic Iron Man becomes split with Ant-Man.
Really?
It's Iron Man for half and Ant-Man for the other half. And then it becomes bi-monthly for like half of a year. Like every other month.
Oh, that's weird.
Not the bi-monthly. That's one of those words that means both, right? It means
twice a month
every
or
other
every
month
other.
and twice a month.
Yeah.
But it becomes every other month, which some of these like Amazing Adventures or Marvel Spotlight, those are every other month, because they're like a side issue. They're not dedicated to anything. And Iron Man becomes like this, and I was like, oh man, it's like falling off. It's like where's the interest in this? And it really started to fall behind. It's just like it couldn't find its thing that was interesting. I've talked about this before in these rankings that Happy and Pepper were great. Like those were great other characters in it that helped it become something that was a little more interesting at the beginning. And then they left and they haven't been in it for years. And it gets boosted above some of these other ones because I just a few issues ago read the first appearances of Thanos and Drax, which it's not Infinity War or anything yet, but that's their first appearance in the comic books is in Iron Man. And so I was like, okay, that was kind of interesting. And then I think the last issue I read actually had Pepper show up and asked to be his secretary again. And that was it. Like there wasn't anything else to it, but hey, maybe they're figuring out, what do they need in here to spice this up? Okay. So I'm looking forward to some of those future issues there. Number 5, we have Hulk. Hulk was kind of sort of near the bottom, and I feel like it still is, I guess, below these, and we'll get to the reasons why on some of these top ones. It was hard to break into the top ones, but I kind of found myself looking forward to Hulk, despite not like immediately being able to pinpoint the reason why I like Hulk, because it seems like a very simple character. It's like Hulk smash,
Yeah.
No one leave Hulk alone. Why everybody fight Hulk, and like that's all that it is. But I think that's it. I think it's because he's super strong and like he can't be defeated. Yet they have done a really good job of making him feel like kind of the underdog. He's always hunted and persecuted despite just wanting to be left alone.
Yeah, he's a very sympathetic character, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It makes him sympathetic, and that's why it's like, now I want to see, something happen here. And then there's just like a funny thing that keeps happening for a series of issues in there where he keeps getting shrunk down into like subatomic levels into this. There's this whole other world under there, and I was like, why is he getting shrunk down so many times? It was just kind of weird, and then it made me think, I wonder if that happens sometime later. Do you remember in the Incredible Hulk Super Nintendo game that we played? You go far enough into that, and there's one section where it's like you're like inside of a body.
Something.
It's like really it looks like that. Things look like the stage and the platforms and stuff look like they have like bones and
sounding vaguely
and muscle
familiar.
Like flesh on them, and there's like jumping blood cells and weird little monster things in there that I don't know what they're supposed to be. But I'm like, is that what it is? Has that become like a theme in Hulk as he gets shrunk down and stuff like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar, but of course with those older games, I mostly remember the first couple levels, like the construction site, and you fight Absorbing Man or whoever it is.
Yeah. And that game that's also a game that's fairly hard. To get going, and you don't see much past. It's hard to get past that first level.
Exactly,
the bosses in that game are tough.
Yeah.
Like Rhino and
Rhino.
Abomination and stuff. That's tough. Some of them are tough. Some of them were fairly easy. I did that as one of our video game like backdrops in this. Okay, so that was 5. Now we go to number 4. This is the highest of the new entrants in here, and that is Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Luke Cage. He's awesome. We've
reached Luke Cage area, and this one is good. They're also grittier stories, of like they're like more real in the streets. It's like dealing with a lot of social issues and stuff like that. But they're darker in that they involve more violence and like they don't directly show things, but there's implied and like shown off screen, off panel, like limbs breaking and people actually dying, which doesn't happen very often in the comic books yet in here, and Luke Cage itself is like a revenge story, kind of like his friend frames him and kills his girlfriend, and then he goes to jail for it, and then he gets experimented on in jail. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. But like the social issues you mentioned, he gets his powers well incarcerated and then breaks out. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting. It is interesting in that way because it's doing something different than just the classic superheroes were, where they're they might have like what's the worst problems that any of them have is like Spider-Man, because it's hard for him to be a superhero and also have a personal life. It's like, oh, boo-hoo. Luke Cage's like best friend killed his girlfriend and framed him to go to prison where he got experimented on, and that's how he became a hero.
It's pretty dark.
And it's like it's much darker. It's much more of a like, okay, I guess that's a problem. So that's why it makes it there. Now we're at the top 3. Daredevil is number 3. Daredevil is this was like, before I get into it, there was a funny issue in here that situation in here where there was an issue that featured Spider-Man pretty heavily, but they did something like, I don't know if they just cobbled it together, or they were just like churning to push issues out and they didn't do quality control, because they draw Peter Parker with black hair and Mary Jane as blonde in this. And I'm like, what is happening? It's like somebody get mixed up and think that like, oh, I know the name Mary Jane, but they drew her as Gwen Stacy.
Possible.
Because they just opened up a Spider-Man comic and saw a blonde
girl, must be her.
Blonde girl, and we're like, it's Mary Jane. Let's draw her like that. But I don't know why Peter Parker has black hair. I don't know. They just, who knows? It is one thing that I've noticed in the beginning with, I don't remember how many different characters they did it with, but they certainly did it with Bruce Banner, where they couldn't decide whether his eyes are green or brown. Like, does he have green eyes or does he have brown eyes? What thing makes sense? And I think they did that with Peter Parker too. Does he have blue eyes or does he have brown eyes? And they just can't, they go back and forth between issues because nobody thought to like write it down and figure out what their eye color should be, because who cares?
Yeah. Especially when there's deadlines for putting these things out.
Yeah, so the main thing that makes Daredevil in the top 3 that makes Daredevil more interesting, which I talked about it previously for the reason that Captain America becomes more interesting, is because Falcon becomes in it. And it's Captain America and the Falcon. It's cool to have them both in there. It gives you something extra. Black Widow's comic ends, and she goes to Daredevil. It's Daredevil and Black Widow.
Oh, interesting.
On the cover of all the issues.
That seems cool.
And so that's cool. It was cool to have them in there, and it feels the same way. And another just fun fact that I didn't know, they go to San Francisco. They've been in San Francisco for like over a year's worth of comic books.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Instead of being in New York. Yeah.
I've thought about that before. Like, why are so many superheroes in New York? Like, even the movies to today, it's like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
It's just because that's where the comic company was. That's where Marvel was. But yeah, it's true. Hulk wasn't in New York. Hulk's in the, Southwest, because he was at, nuclear testing sites and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else is in New York. But then, so it's a little interesting to have them go to San Francisco and they're somewhere else.
That's cool,
it's just a little something that's interesting. And then I kind of hinted number 2, Captain America.
Yeah.
Because Captain America and Falcon is clearly better. It's clearly better having both of them in there. Falcon deals with social issues of the time a lot, whereas like they have some falling outs and butting heads because Captain America stands for like the old version of the United States, and
interesting.
And Falcon, his suit, I think I told you before, his suit was like green and red or something like that, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning, and now it's red and white. But he doesn't have wings yet still. Oh. It's been years, and I don't know when he gets his wings, but he still doesn't have them. He has this claw that he shoots out from his wrist that latches onto things and he can swing. But he doesn't have wings yet. He can't fly. And then also, I'll have to see how it goes, because so in my rememberings of Captain America, I remembered him as basically having super strength. Not like super, super strong, but beyond, like slightly beyond like regular human peak strength.
Yeah.
And I was like, that seemed like that came from somewhere. It seemed like that's what I remembered, but I never really read a whole lot of Captain America, so what do I know? And in the beginning, that's not how he was described. He's described as like peak human ability. Which is just like he's just the best that he could be at doing everything, but not super strength quite. But there was a story recently where he gets poisoned by the Viper, but the herbs that were used in the poison, once he gets cured from it, reacted with his super soldier serum originally, and it gives him super strength. So like right now in the comics, he has gained super strength, and he's like, oh, I'm not used to being able to do all this stuff. And so now I'm kind of wondering if, does he continue? Is this the point at which he gains super strength and he continues to have it? Or does it like wear off at some point and I was just mistaken about what he has? But it's interesting to see that. I'm like, I wonder if that's where it came from.
That's a different dynamic, because of course in the newest movies, he just gets the procedure and he has super soldier strength.
Yeah. And they portray it as like super strength, like, but he wasn't doing anything crazy like that before this point. And now he can like rip a metal door off of something and that kind of stuff. And of course, number 1 is still Spider-Man.
As expected.
Yeah, as expected. I just like Spider-Man so much, and this is the era where they do a lot of things like Harry Osborn gets hooked on drugs, so they are dealing with some, dramatic things, and it kicks into a different gear with the Green Goblin storylines in here and stuff. And I'm, spoiler alerts, I already know it because I've already read this far, but I'm right before Gwen Stacy is going to die. It's in the next few issues. So, but yeah, some little funny thing is like before, in like mid 1971, before Team Up starts, I think Team Up started like beginning of 1972. It kind of seemed clear to me that they were like trying to gear up to a Marvel team up, because in Spider-Man, like up to that time, not in Spider-Man, but like in these other issues, they were putting Spider-Man in there. They was like, oh, Spider-Man would show up in Daredevil, he'd show up in Submariner, he'd show up in Captain America, you know, and it's like right before that happened and they launched Team Up, they were like testing the waters. It's like, do people really want to see Spider-Man fight with all these other people? And those issues probably did well, and they're like, yeah, we'll just have our Marvel Team Up where it's Spider-Man and somebody else, you know, every month. So that was kind of fun. And so that will round up my list of the rankings.
That's cool. It's cool for me to hear Luke Cage on the list. I mean, I haven't read any Luke Cage standalone comics.
Just Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, I have it's like a collection in print of Power Man and Iron Fist comics where they're always together, but it includes his origin story, and yeah, I like his character.
Yeah, and I think that Power Man and Iron Fist is like, I think like right now this is Luke Cage, hero for hire, right? Yeah. And eventually he becomes Power Man. He's not called Power Man yet. He's called Power Man at some point, and then it becomes Power Man and Iron Fist or whatever, right? And I think that's similar to Captain America and Falcon, Daredevil and the Black Widow. Like they're doing this buddy thing on purpose, and it's like, it's not that it's a separate comic book, but it's Power Man with Iron Fist, you know, the same way that it's on the cover says Captain America and the Falcon, but it's Captain America, you know, is the comic book series.
And
so
I think the compilation book that I have, I think it starts in like the late 70s. It's like 1978 to early 80s comics.
Oh yeah, so it'll be a while before I get to that.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, well, you want to get into our main event then? We have a big main event today.
Yeah.
This main event is in honor of an artist that we saw live in concert last year on the Bigger and Weirder tour. That is the one and only Weird Al Yankovic. And around that time when I was going back to rediscover a lot of his songs and listen to them on the way to that concert, I got this idea to create some Weird Al songs that don't exist. So songs that have not been parodied by Weird Al yet that could be. These are our parody ideas. And once I got this idea into my head, I just kept thinking about it. Like every time I was listening to songs, it just like a parody would come into my head. So I have a list of 20 song parodies here.
Yeah, you have a lot. I actually have 12, but I basically have 10 because I have two different versions of two different songs.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just do those at the same time. Otherwise, I think we'll alternate, and like I'll do one and you'll do two maybe.
Yeah. I actually want to. I want to start with one, just to say that the first one that I thought of, it's one that I forgot he already parodied.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure that some of these he hasn't parried necessarily, but
so the first one, when I thought of the idea, I was listening to somewhere in public, I think, Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus was playing.
Okay.
And at that moment, I forgot that one of his newer parodies was Party in the CIA.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
I really like that one, actually, as one of his newer songs once I went back to it and found it. But when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, what other countries have like the same syllables as the USA? What could I put in there as a different country? And the best thing I thought of was Party in Romania, which I pictured could be like a Dracula type of thing. Like people are invited to a party in a castle in Romania, and like eventually into the song they figure out Dracula's there and he kills them all. So that would be I guess an alternate version of his Party in the CIA, which is also a good one.
Okay. So you're just kind of starting that one off separate, and then I should go with one.
Unless you want me to do two and then you do one. That might mess up the numbers.
We could do that. If that was on your list, if that's one of the 20 that you had.
That was one, yeah.
Let's do that then. But I guess before we get going, I mean, I would just quickly say the same as you. This is something that I do all the time too. Is like I'll think of like something will happen, and like all that I have rolling around my head is songs. Like everything is gonna make me think of a song lyric, even if it's remotely close. And so I'm thinking of these things all the time, but most of them are very specific to the situation that I'm in, and it's not like it would ever be a good parody that you could flesh out and make a whole song. So like that's why I don't have a whole bunch. Otherwise, I could be here forever, and you'd have a bunch of the same song as different versions of it. But
I understand that. The next one I thought of, I was listening to the old early 2000s song "The Diary of Jane" by Breaking Benjamin, and mostly because of the way he sings it, I thought there could be a parody called "Diarrhea Pain." So it's like about searching for the right medicine to deal with your diarrhea pain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I wonder if we have any songs that overlap on here. I think it's very possible.
It's possible. That would be kind of amazing, though, just considering how much music
there's a lot of songs
exists.
In the world. Yeah. Mine's a mixture. It's like, did I just come up with it? Or it's like, I did have a period where I tried to think of a couple that were like more recent popular songs. Otherwise, some of these just like popped into my head. But my first one I'm going to do is shake, 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 da 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 da, shake, 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 shake your protein.
That's good. That could be an ad for some protein powder.
Yeah, it does. It seems like it could be. Yeah.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. Shake your protein.
That's a good one. That's a good segue because I have 6 different songs that could be like on his food album.
Oh, okay.
And
then that's a food one.
I thought of a lot of food related ones. And the first one is a parody of "Just Can't Get Enough" by Depeche Mode, but it would be "Just Can't Eat Enough." So it'd be like, when I'm at the buffet, I grab a bunch of food, and I just can't eat enough. I just can't eat enough. That's just an easy one. The next one, a parody of the Macarena by Los Del Rio, but it would be "Macaroni."
Okay,
that's another easy one, like his lasagna parody of La Bamba. Making it an Italian thing. It would be all about like how he likes all kinds of pastas, but macaroni's the best one. So it'd be like, how does the Macarena go? It'd be like, how does La Macarena go? It's like, I'm trying to think of how to put it together. It'd be like, I like spaghetti, but prefer macaroni. And, listing all the other types. Hey, macaroni.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to not go in order because you're in your food section. I have a couple that are food related.
Oh, okay.
The first one would be a parody of "Creep" by Radiohead.
Oh, okay.
But instead it's, I'm a crepe. I'm not a pancake.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
What?
Because it's like from...
That's all I thought of is just that part. I'm a crepe. I'm not a pancake.
Yeah. It's from the perspective of the crepe being fed up with people not knowing the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. Okay. My next food related one. Actually, this one, when we saw him live, I think this song was in his most recent Polka. But it would be a parody of Despacito by Luis Fonsi. And it would be Quesarito. So it would be about a guy going to Taco Bell. And so the chorus would be his Taco Bell order. It'd be like, Quesarito, 2 soft tacos and a bean burrito, a Baja Blast and a bag of Fritos. Just like
good.
listing the whole order. A lot of easy rhymes in there. The next one, my next food one, is a parody of "Hot Blooded" by Foreigner.
Okay.
This one just seems obvious. I don't know how he didn't do it. Maybe because it's copyrighted. Hot Pocket. It'd be like, "Hot Pocket, nuke it and eat.
Oh.
Microwave it for a minute or 3.
That's good. Yeah.
Could be another commercial there.
Yeah.
Do you have any other food related ones?
I do, and I'm actually this is one of my songs that I came up with two different versions of. I'll do my first one first, which is not a food version, but Sabrina Carpenter's "Please, Please, Please." The first one that's not food related is "Pleats, Pleats, Pleats."
Oh man, that'd be hard to sing.
Huh? Yeah, but you just kind of like within the context, you don't have to sing it as
yeah.
enunciated, you know. So that'd be pleats, 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 or flat front pants. Pleats, 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 or maybe I'll just wear my jeans to the prom.
I like that one. That reminds me of his King of Suede song. About
then that's why I like these. I like those ones that they're so like specific and weird because
it
random.
really
it's
gives
like,
you
a couple like that.
It gives you a character to play. Basically.
Yeah. And so my other one for please, please, please would be cheese, cheese, cheese.
Yeah, of course.
So cheese, cheese, cheese. So then the lyrics I thought were from a different part of that song where it's Gouda is one cheese, Manchego's another. Don't give me that cheese from a can, mother.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Those are two different styles of Weird Al. One where it's like a very specific character. The other one where it's like taking a specific thing, and extrapolating it. My next food one is also I imagined a character. I didn't think of a lot of lyrics for it, but it's the song "Do You Want to Touch" by Joan Jett, but it would be at a school, and it's the lunch lady singing "Do you want some lunch? Do you want some lunch?" like to all the kids. That it just made me think of like his earlier songs like "I Love Rocky Road," which is a Joan Jett parody. And then my last food-related one would be a parody of Havana by Camila Cabello, but it would be bananas. Bananas, ooh, yum, yum. Half of my diet is bananas, ooh, yum, yum. They are a great source of potassium, yum, yum.
Yeah, potassium, yum, yum is good.
Yeah, that's what gave me the yum, yum part. So those are my food-related ones.
All right. I'll do my other one that I thought of two different versions of this song, and that song would be "Don't Stop Believin'" from Journey. Maybe this is why that was my number one song on Spotify. But the second one is just like so random and weird. But the first one that I thought of was "Don't Stop the Streamin'."
Oh, that's good. Like binge watching era.
Topical, yeah. Another episode. Auto plays on HBO.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
Don't stop the streaming. Let's start another season.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that one could be a hit. I like that idea. I have another category later, but I want to give some miscellaneous ones I have.
This was my double one. I forgot. Just like the quick one. This one was there's another one that my wife thought of, which is "Don't Stop Bug Eating." Don't stop bug eating.
Okay, that could be on the food
Just
album.
a little frog living in a slimy bog.
Oh, from the perspective of the frog.
Don't stop bug eating. Yeah.
Okay, I like that one. I was gonna say that could be on the food album, almost. It's about
almost. It's about eating, but it's not quite.
I thought when you said the title, I thought it was gonna be like, eating cricket meat instead of hamburger meat is like a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a different one. I have some miscellaneous ones I go through before I'll get to my last category.
Okay.
One is a parody of "It's Tricky" by Run DMC. But it's icky. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a lot of lyric ideas for this one, but I was imagining something like, kind of like his another one, "Rides the Bus," but it'd be like going into public places and just a lot of things are gross. Like it's icky, 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 icky.
That one could also be the food album of somebody who is like a picky eater.
Oh yeah, that's good. I was thinking more like "It's icky to sit on slime, all of the time," like in public places, but it could be food too, like listing different things that are gross to the person.
Yeah.
A lot of ways you could go with that. My next one is I wanted to do a Will Smith parody. So a parody of Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith, but it would be about going to the pet store, and it's called Getting Kitty Litter. No, getting kitty litter. So like,
yeah, that is that same kind of thing where it's just like, because there's some of those parodies that are right in front of your face, like Shake Your Protein is one of those ones where it's like it uses almost the same idea and structure of the song, but like then there's these ones that are like, it's not close to what the song is about.
Yeah.
That those ones are funny to me because it's like you wouldn't have thought about it, but it fits really well within the lyrical structure.
Yeah, I could imagine it'd be hard to like come up with all the lyrics, but just matching the vibe of the song where it's like talking about like, oh, I'm really cool, and it'd be like, but you're just going into the pet store like getting different things, and it's like you're bragging about how you're buying kitty litter. It's just a funny concept to me. What do you have next?
I have one that I don't have like lyrics for, but it thought was another one that would be like a niche one to me, like Gump or like what you're saying, King of Suede maybe or whatever, is Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, but instead it's Lindelof, as in Damon Lindelof, the screenwriter of Lost. So it would be all about like weird twists and like cliffhangers and stuff about the mystery of the story, but it'd be like Lindelof, and it's like just talking about,
That's interesting.
This shows. I didn't think of any other lyrics for it.
Well, later in it, if you're going off a twist, you could, later chorus, it turns into Shyamalan, Shyamalan.
Yeah, it could be one like that where it's like just listing different, writers of twists and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. My next one is also very specific. We're getting kind of into the bottom barrel of my ideas, to be honest, because my next one is, this came from, like you were saying, a very specific moment in my life. Is like my wife and I were getting ready to go to the river. Sometimes we like to go and paddleboard and things like that. Mm-hmm. And to do that, we have water shoes, certain type of shoes to put on in the water. And just when that word popped into my head, like, oh, I'm going to grab my water shoes, the song Waterloo by ABBA popped into my head. Water shoes. So I don't know where you'd go with it, but just water shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Another one that I have is like another very specific one, like you mentioned Gump, where it's all about one movie. I imagined a cover of Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen called Call Me Ishmael, which is from Moby Dick.
Yeah.
So it'd be just the plot of the book, but like, so call me Ishmael.
Yeah.
All about trying to catch the white whale. What's your next one?
My next one would be a parody of Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. But, he's in the 80s hair band era, and the song would be Doing Up My Hair. Whoa, doing up my hair.
That's really good because that's kind of like his Nirvana one where it's like kind of making fun of the genre through the song and the genre.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it would be is a parody of hair metal bands or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good one. My next one is a parody of Day Tripper by the Beatles.
Okay.
But it's Jack Ripper. So kind of a dark idea. This is one that I thought of. I'm like, okay, Weird Al would not do this one, but it popped into my head. I was listening to it. Jack Ripper.
Yeah.
I don't know where the lyrics go from there. It would inevitably get dark. So, that's a hard one. And then my other one is also another maybe kind of dark one that like he wouldn't do. It's a parody of Hey Man, Nice Shot by Filter. Kind of a dark, edgy song. But the parody would be, Hey Man, Nice Yacht. I just thought the idea of taking this song that's very like edgy, but then making about just like rich guys complimenting each other's yachts.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say, "Hey man, nice socks."
Oh, that could be in there too.
Yeah.
Just like very.
Yeah, it's a song is just about him complimenting people about something. That they
Yeah,
have.
just like very corporate guys or something, just complimenting
Yeah.
each other's belongings. Like, yeah, but in a very edgy rock song style.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
I have another hair-related one. I've been everywhere. Johnny Cash, right? I've been everywhere, man. Except I've been losing my hair.
That's a good.
I've been losing my hair, man. I've been losing my hair.
That's a good one. That kind of fits in with his gritty voice. It's like, I've been through so much, I'm losing my hair. Yeah, and it could turn into like that could be another commercial song for Rogaine. A verse about Rogaine. Or something.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, we're getting into my last category here. This vague category is kind of like some of my favorite artists. These are me kind of stretching it like I would want him to do a cover of these songs, but I don't think he would ever do it, maybe because they're not popular enough, or these are kind of a stretch in my mind, but these are ones that I wanted. So, of course, I want a parody of a Shakira song. She is very popular. She's huge, but he never did a Shakira parody. It's hard to think of one. The best one I thought of is kind of in the vein of his song, that song where he parodies, what's the one about grammar? It's a Robin Thicke song, and it's all about, correcting grammar.
Yeah.
I thought of that, but kind of the other side where it's like you're angry about someone always correcting your grammar. The title I thought of would be like Grammar Anti-Fascist, like opposite of a grammar Nazi. And it's a parody of Whenever, Wherever. So it would be like, whoever, whomever, whichever one, whatever. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's good.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, whoever, whomever.
Yeah, whoever, whomever.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
Yeah.
My next one is, I was trying to think of any Clash song. The Clash is a big band, but he never parodied The Clash. One of the big Clash songs is Rock the Casbah.
Yeah.
So kind of like my USA Romania one, I thought of Rock Nebraska.
Rock Nebraska.
So I don't know enough about Nebraska to fill out the lyrics, but I'm imagining kind of like a We're an American Band type of song, but it's about just like a local Nebraska band that they're only touring within Nebraska,
Yeah.
So they're really proud that they're doing a Nebraska tour and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Rock Nebraska, rock Nebraska.
Yeah, that's funny when you say that. It is kind of surprising. That seems like just the song that Weird Al would parody. It seems like why hasn't he parodied Rock the Casbah? It seems right out there in the open. Maybe it was like that would have been right around the time that he was starting, probably.
True, yeah, it could be the timing. Another thing I've heard is that like you don't need permission to do a parody.
But he always asks.
Asks. So maybe the Clash were like, no, we don't want you to do a parody of Rock the Casbah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So those were two, but do you have another one?
Okay. Yeah. I have two left on here, I think. So my next one would be a parody of These Boots Were Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra. But it's This Couch Was Made for Flopping.
That's a good one.
This couch was made for flopping, and that's just what I do. Every night I flop, and then I watch TV till 2.
That's a good one. That could go right before the Don't Stop the Streaming song on the album.
Yeah.
Because they go right into each other. I like that one. My next two are both me trying to think of how he could do a parody of Motion City Soundtrack. So this is the point where it's like he would never do a parody of Motion City Soundtrack. They're not really mainstream enough. But the first one I thought of is one of Motion City Soundtrack's biggest songs is Everything Is All Right. Tell me that you're all right. Everything is all right. And I thought this could be like one of his movie ones like Gump. And it would be based on the movie Gravity. So it would be like, tell me that it's airtight. Oh, please tell me that it's airtight. Because obviously they didn't lock it up right, and then it'd be about Sandra Bullock and George Clooney getting ripped out into space.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, eventually Clooney floats off. Tell me that he's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That was the best one I thought of. The other one's kind of a stretch. I mean, I kind of like the idea. It's just like not even their most popular song, but they have a song called Don't Call It a Comeback. And my idea for a parody was Don't Call It a Grande. And it would be from the perspective of like a coffee shop worker that's like an independent cafe. They don't like the Starbucks sizes. So it'd be like, we don't like Starbucks sizes. Our cafe just calls it a small. If you say grande, we'll skip your order, and we don't care at all. Yeah, if you know the original melody, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, my last one, I guess, is a parody of Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin?
Yeah,
Chapin?
I think it's Chapin. I always say Chapin, but I don't know if that's right.
Is Cats on the Table.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the cat's on the table in the dining room, tracking some litter right into our food. Oh. We tried so hard to train him, but he's a lost cause. We should have just gotten a dog, Dad. We should have got a dog instead.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that one. Because, like, when you said it, I already liked the concept. But then I thought you were going to still use spoon, like it's knocking a spoon off the table. Yeah. But I really liked the dining room instead. Yeah, that was good. Okay, getting into my last two is another one of my favorite bands is the Ramones. I couldn't think of any Ramones parodies, though. I mean, their songs are already kind of like silly, goofy, you know?
Yeah.
So the best idea I thought of is like, I think he should just do a Ramones polka.
Oh, yeah.
Because he does the Rolling Stones one, the Hot Rocks polka, just all Ramones songs.
Yeah, Rolling Stones.
I mean, all Rolling Stones songs. That in Ramones songs.
But Ramones,
yeah. Because they have like, they already have silly lyrics like Rock and Roll High School, stuff like that.
I just want to sniff some glue.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or I would actually want it to be called Pinhead Polka, not just Ramones Polka. They have a song called Pinhead too. So yeah, they'd have a lot of funny songs. I Want to Be Sedated, stuff like that. And then my last one, another band that's not famous enough that I like a lot, a newer band, Joyce Manor. One of their most popular songs is Heart Tattoo. I want a heart tattoo. And I thought of I Want a Kangaroo.
That would be one of his random ones that he does.
Inspired by his I Want a New Duck song. That's a ridiculous.
Forgot about that one.
A parody of Huey Lewis in the News, I Want a New Drug. Yeah. And he's just like quacking in there and stuff. So I'm like, okay, this guy wants a pet kangaroo. I want a kangaroo. So, yeah, those are the ones I thought of. I feel like we came up with some good ones between the two of us.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If we could take our best ideas and the ones that we could actually fill out the lyrics, we could almost make an album, a whole album of our own, inspired by Weird Al.
Yeah, I think we definitely have enough. But don't know if we have the time for that or
the talent
to do that. So
we don't have the talent or the...
Anybody else want to give us a tiny little songwriting credit on these, you could take them.
Yeah, absolutely. Please steal these ideas. They are public domain. Parodies, you don't have to ask for permission, technically. If anyone knows how to play the accordion, feel free to take these. Okay, before we go, we need to do a recast, right?
Yeah. So our recast for this episode was, I think, sort of inspired by somewhat recently. You and I played some Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
And you were thinking about, they're in the midst of still making Mortal Kombat movies. So, hey, what if they made a Soul Calibur movie?
Yeah.
Let's cast some of our favorite characters. I think you probably did what I did. You choose your favorite character? I just ended up doing my character that I usually play
You
as.
know, I tried to. I couldn't think of anyone good for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
For Keelik.
my favorite character is Keelik, yes. But I don't know. I wasn't inspired enough to think of someone. I actually, when I was looking at the characters, the first person I thought of was Hiroyuki Sanada. Would have been a great Mitsurugi.
Mitsurugi, yeah.
When he was younger, though, like
Yeah, that's true.
10, 20 years ago, he'd have been a cool Mitsurugi. So I actually thought of, last time when we were playing Soul Calibur, we unlocked a character that I didn't remember, who is Seong Mina. And to me, she looks like a female version of Keelik, basically.
Right.
It's like a female...
Or like a staff type of thing.
Yeah, female character with a staff. So I thought for that, the actress Jija Yanin could play her. Jija Yanin is a Thai martial arts actress. She's in a movie called Chocolate from 2008, where she uses a staff in that movie. So that's pretty much what I was going off of. But this movie was from 2008. Super cool movie. And she wasn't in a lot of movies after that, but like I feel like she was awesome in that. Like great stunts using the staff. So I'm like, she should have been a huge star. Bring her back for a Soul Calibur movie.
Yeah, I wish, you obviously watch a lot more like martial arts movies and stuff, so actors that are from there. I don't have that, so I'm not drawing from that. But I did try to cast the character that I usually play as, which is Raphael. Yeah. Just the fencing character, basically, character with a sword. And I picked Liam Hemsworth.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah. Thor's just kind of younger
like
brother.
A little bit more of a lanky blonde guy.
Yeah. That's cool. I was just thinking like, I didn't know where you were going to go with that because like Raphael is like maybe a Spanish character. It seems like he's supposed to be like a Spanish fencer guy or whatever. Maybe not. I don't know the storyline.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have like a...
he's blonde.
I know his name's Raphael, but he's blonde. He doesn't really have an accent in any of what he says. It's like maybe... British or something.
Yeah, it's not important too. I mean, actors could change their accent or whatever. Like, I mean, I chose Seong Mina, who's probably like, that's probably a Korean name, maybe Chinese. And then I chose a Thai actress. So it's like, who really cares? But I'm a big fan of martial arts movies. And I actually generally like movies that are based on fighting games. For some reason, they do a really good job, even though, there's a minimal storyline usually. But I guess that's all you need for, like, an action movie.
Yeah, I just actually looked up, I was looking up to see if, if it immediately popped up that Raphael had a last name. Actually, here, it looks like he's maybe Raphael Sorel. But I found somebody saying, a Reddit poster saying Raphael's a interesting character where it says he's born in France, has an English accent, and his music is Spanish.
His music is Spanish. Okay, so apparently in the storyline he's born in France.
I guess so, and that's all what I remember is he kind of just has like a British accent or something.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even remember his voice, but yeah, they all say
and his voice, their voices in that are only in their little. We're talking about Soul Calibur 2 specifically. Yeah. That's basically mostly what we've played, where you get a little taunt. That you can
at the beginning
in the loading screen, almost.
Yeah, and then sometimes at the beginning when it's showing them, they'll be like, "Come on," or get over here.
Yeah, and then they sometimes will say stuff during like their grab moves or something.
Yeah.
I know he says like, "Be gone,"
be gone,
or something.
Yeah. That's funny. I could see that. I could see a Hemsworth playing Raphael easily. So Hollywood, if you're listening, please make a Soul Calibur movie. A lot of cool characters, cool weapons too. Like that'd be a cool action movie. And let us know in the comments who's your favorite character from Soul Calibur. Who would you pick to play them in a movie adaptation? And that's it for this episode of our podcast. Thank you for listening to episode 9 of the Some Brothers podcast. In case you missed it, we did start Adaptation Station Season 5 this month. Our latest episode is on Beloved by Toni Morrison. That's up on the channel right now. Check that out. Stay tuned. Our upcoming episode in just 2 weeks is the novel Cell by Stephen King. Evil cell phones. And the 2016 movie adaptation. Support us with a like and subscribe and stay tuned so you don't miss the next episode. And we'll see you next month. Bye.